All right, well, I'm McLean Bradshaw, and this is Michael McDaniel, and we are your Lenovo team, and we appreciate y'all taking time out of your busy day to visit and attend the VIcom Convergence of the 2014. VIcom is an authorized reseller of Lenovo and has become a very valued partner. We are #1 PC manufacturer in the world, but we're #3 in North America. And I have all sorts of technical gear I've got to get used to. So the big question about why Lenovo is why customers choose Lenovo. You see a lot of things that come to mind, but the biggest one is reliability. The Technology Business Research Journal has given, as a third-party validation of our systems fail less than the competition. I didn't want to bore you with the little charts and the graphs, but I'd be happy to provide them for you. But it's across all of our products, notebooks, desktops, and workstations. Ooh, okay. This is just a little brag slide about who we are. We have, I'm sure you've heard about our Motorola acquisition, regulatory approval pending. So come January 2015, we will be able to provide everything from the pants pockets to the data center, especially with our IBM acquisition of the System X has gone live October 1st. So VIcom can sell those System X products, which Michael will talk to you about a little bit later. I know enough about that to be dangerous. But we've got 9 major research centers located throughout the world, so we truly are a global company. We have 29,000 mobile technology patents that we have purchased in the Motorola acquisition, as well as that we have licensed. I think a real neat thing about Lenovo is we do our own in-house research and development. So we spend $730 million a year designing and innovating. Because if you think about it, Lenovo and the competition, we all shop at the same store. We all buy the same Intel motherboards, same drives, same basically everything. But I'm going to touch on just a little bit on what makes Lenovo different. The R&D factor plays as a big part because we are always trying to design and innovate to get the wow factor in the IT world. And then again, touching on our server, tablet, and smartphone facilities, $900 million investment. 2 worlds. Lenovo has both a consumer line in the IDEA and the Think line. But what we have done is we have combined the best of both worlds. The legacy computing with the Lenovo Think brand fits seamlessly into the Windows world, the active domain. So you have the trusted management security tools along with the exceptional performance. But in the new mobile experience, you've got touch computing, you've got the wow products, the longer battery life, the app-based applications. So we have combined products that kind of combine these 2 worlds into a reliable product for your environment. And here's a quick lineup. We've got everything, again, from our IDEA consumer line with some Android operating systems, our Horizon 27-inch coffee table desktop, Think Center desktop, Think Server, our System X, we're one Lenovo, so both our Think Server and our System X, again, Michael will talk more in detail about that. Our ThinkPad, which is synonymous with the Lenovo brand, workstations, and then our ThinkVision monitors. And then to protect your assets, we have services close to the box services. We don't want to compete with what VIcom services do, but close to warranty upgrades, accidental damage, 4-hour response time, things like that are the services that we are kind of talking to today. Any questions thus far? Because I can get to talking pretty fast. So raise your hand if I'm going too fast, okay? Okay, enough out of you. So anyway, again, back to our R&D, the PC design and the engineering advantages that Lenovo puts into their products. Pretty interesting kind of stuff. All of our laptops pass 8 out of 9 mil specs. When I say mil, that's military specifications. That's everything from humidity to temperature, extreme temperatures, hot, cold. I like to say if you have your laptop in the trunk of your car when you're at the beach using your little beach nick, having some water for your lunch break, you know that you can get back to your office and your laptop will be up and running. So, but these are kind of the tests that we put through all of our ThinkPad business class notebooks. And Lenovo has been a leader in the spill-resistant keypad. We've always tested up to 8. 6.75 is a good number. Our competition usually tests up to 3 to 4. I don't know about you guys, but I don't spill 3 to 4 ounces of anything. But with the 4th generation Intel technology, we tested it up to 16.9. And we had our Lenovo ambassador, roll tape, please, which is a pretty cool experience that we did at a chef's academy near our U.S. headquarters in Research Triangle Park. This is the Dell system we're using, so we don't know how to do that. We don't know how to work it. So, well, while he figures that out, one of the typical competitor, the drainage holes, we realized, and it's kind of also a little physics lesson, water drains into, centrifugal force. So we changed our drainage holes from a round to almost like a gutter downspout. So it's a little horizontal.
Hello, I'm Garrett from Lenovo, and today we're here at the Chef's Academy in Mooresville, North Carolina. With me I have Chef Ryan. Hey, Garrett. And together we're going to perform an extreme spill test on a ThinkPad notebook. ThinkPads are legendary for their spill-resistant keyboard design, and the latest models have been built to take up to 16.9 ounces of liquid. But today we're really going to push the limits. We're actually going to dump almost 4 times that amount on this ThinkPad. Things are going to get a little messy here, but let's get started. First, 16.9 ounces of red wine. That's a big glass of wine. But this is the spill volume that we've designed our ThinkPads to handle.
And don't worry, that's $2 chuck, so it wasn't like it was a Beaujolais or Montrachet or something.
But now we're really going to push the limits. Let's try a mug of coffee. And finally, an entire pitcher of ice water. That's incredible, that's amazing. I mean, we pushed this thing well beyond the limit of 16.9 ounces, and it's still running. That is crazy.
You know that chef's going, I just cleaned my kitchen floor. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool stuff. And and that was live, that was not edited. And it did the ALS bucket challenge, so we're all good.
It really is. I don't know, but I think that's something cooking in the oven.
We should put a tarp down.
Right.
We just cleaned my kitchen. So pretty cool stuff, I think. And I hope y'all think so too. But always constantly, and even so much into the detail about our fans that we install. And as our systems get thinner and lighter, our fan generation has as well. This was kind of designed after the owl winged feather design. And owls, swoop down, generate a lot of air flow in order to move and swoop down and get their prey. And I like to say there was a Lenovo legend who came up with this. They were camping with their son and an owl swooped down, they felt all this air. Regardless, it's pretty cool stuff. But we have designed it so basically our 6th generation fan, we've made them even thinner, but we have even kind of split the fan so it's generating, it's 23% lighter and 10% smaller, but we've got increased airflow based on that design, which is kind of cool. We're always ever evolving. Every time we have a technology refresh, it's almost like we kind of go back to the drawing board, but we're improving on improvements that we've done, and we get the third-party validation from the TBRs and the IDCs that are out there. So it's kind of pretty cool. And this is what I have found very interesting lately, or dust accumulation. A lot of times failures come from dust accumulating on the, on the exhaust vent fan. So our product engineers have shopped. I feel like they could come to my house and I could make some money on some dust, but every geo has different dust, different ambient air. So they have taken all sorts from various different geos around the world. And once they decided in June of 2012, they grounded the ThinkPad exhaust vent design. And what used to be a 20% failure rate went, just by grounding that exhaust vent, from 20% failure rate to 0. That's pretty kind of cool stuff. So again, always kind of designing, innovating to improve on already reliable products. I'm excited about this, and I'm sure a lot of managers and directors and high-ups are excited about this as well. Our PowerBridge battery takes a 3-cell internal battery with a 6-cell hot swappable battery, so you can get up to 17 hours of battery life. So no one can say they're charging up their system. You don't have to power down. While it's docked, you can even swap it out. But that's available on our X240, our ultra portable 12-inch design, the T440 family. So pretty cool stuff. And then we've got the high resolution and touch panels across our various ThinkPad designs. We've got our entry-level systems, the E series, the X, the T's, and we've got a smattering of these products. I'm not going to bore you with this. You can come to our booth and get a hands-on and see the quality of the design as well as the touch experience. You know, we have taken an overhaul of our workstation with this new generation of technology and kind of have made a sleeker design. We have taken away kind of the ergonomic top-heavy handle, not top-heavy, but so it won't, I don't know how I don't even have a picture, but anyway, we have made a handle that you can lift, but you don't have to worry about it when you slide it under a desk or in a cabinet if that's what you want. So we've got, again, the unparalleled performance and then the CRN kind of testimony about our engineered design, which includes the tri-channel cooling where we have 3 individual fans. Our competition have 3 fans that are connected together. So if you have your fans go out using the competitor, you have downtime. You have to send in that whole kind of 3-panel fan, whereas we would just replace 1 fan with a Lenovo ThinkStation. So kind of thinking about staying up and running, because a lot of times you do mission critical data productivity on a workstation. So here's our lineup. We even have the mobile workstation, the W540, if you need those intensive graphics, but you're on the go. And again, touching on the rich portfolio, just going to give you a highlight. We have got a system to fit every need and every industry vertical. The education space, we do have the education models, which are still a ThinkPad, so they pass 8 out of 9 mil specs, but we've taken a few extra steps and making them a little more ruggedized, because Lenovo did do a research where they found that the K through 12 end user space are harder than our military forces deployed in Afghanistan or live war scenarios. So it's kind of interesting that statement, because they're like, hey, it's not mine. They're going to be tossing it. So the E series is our SMB kind of entry-level line. It's a great price point. You do have the durability and the reliability of the ThinkPad, but there are some things that it is lacking in the mil-spec testing. L series is kind of the forgotten child, because it is dockable like the business class. So if you need a T and it needs to be dockable, but you got a price point to meet, the L series is there. W, mobile workstation, you have your independent software vendors. So you've got AutoCAD, and SolidWorks, things like that. And a portable form factor. Of course, you got our tablets, which is, we have a Win 8 tablet. So you have a full productive PC in your pocket, like it says right up there. And then we've got the convertibles, our Yoga, which, Ashley, do you have it? If you want to pass that around so everybody can see what they may win. That is our Ultrabook convertible. You have 4 modes in a light form factor. You've got your traditional clamshell laptop, you have the stand mode, tent, and then a full-blown tablet PC. X series is our ultra portable. We have 12-inch display, 14-inch in the ultra portable, and the T series is our flagship business class, go-to system when people think ThinkPads. And then the X1 Carbon is the #1 business class Ultrabook in the market today. We've even made it thinner with the 2nd generation, thinner and lighter at 2.82 pounds with full touch capability, i5, i3, i5, and i7 processor. Just a little more on our X1 Carbon. They've got some features. We got the rapid charge feature, which if you're in between flights, you got 30 minutes, you're down 10% to your battery, but you've got to do some work. Find an outlet, be a wallflower, as they say on some commercials. Plug it in 30 minutes, you'll have over 80% battery life, so you can get that work done on your flight. We also have the rapid resume feature. So if you're wireless in your building and you're going from conference room to conference room, as soon as you open it up, It's not going to search for the location profile. You're going to be up and running for that presentation or that meeting. And then we have removed the function keys. We have an interactive keypad. So whatever is interactive going with the touch, it'll pop up what you need rather than the function and then the key. The old-fashioned way, I guess you could say. Again, T440S has the power bridge technology I touched on, hot swappable, 17 hours of battery life, but it is the lightest T series ever. If you need a traditional docking ThinkPad, the T440S, the T is the way to go. Where the Ultrabook, you use a USB, which I'll show you some cool pictures in a minute. But again, you can get up to a terabyte hard drive and 12 gig of memory on select models. You know, back to tablets. I mean, what do you really use your tablets for? It's really a companion device. You know, you've got the Solar Slate, Companion Slate, or the convertible. What are you doing? Okay, we'll change that slide then. Okay, all right, we're done with that one. Anyway, we have, because we know that's what our users want. So we do have a 10-inch, tablet, full-blown Windows PC in your pocket, as they say. But if you're going to get some real work done, you need more than a little Bluetooth keyboard. But you take it on the go and sync it up with your laptop. The Yoga, which somebody lucky winner in here, you've got the full-blown traditional laptop up to 8 gig of RAM, 12 bigger display. And I wish I had the second generation Helix, but I'm just going to leave you with a teaser, as they say, for next season. But come November, our Helix was kind of the rip and flip design. So you've got the traditional laptop with a button, boom, you're going to slate mode tablet, go to your meeting. You can come back, pop it in the ClickPad or the USB keyboard, and you're back to your traditional laptop, get your notes ready. Or you could flip it the other way and have it in a traditional tablet frame. We got a lot of feedback from the launch of our Helix, where we've taken some design features out. We had a lot of folks, if you're familiar with it, if you ever saw it, we had a kind of a flimsy plastic looking hinge. Well, we have changed that. So you've got the durability, reliability in the design itself, but we also have a choice of keyboards to get in under a $1,000 price point. We have a USB keyboard, Ultrabook keyboard that does not have a battery in there, so you're still have extended battery life, about 8 hours, but you will not be able to top off that Slate tablet with it's a big tease. But anyway, so we'll have two versions of the Helix, the rip and flip. People still like that design, but it was a Halo product, but we have made it more affordable for business, all industry verticals. And here are your options for all the tablets. You've got the dock, the quick shot cover if you need to use the camera. You don't have to take it completely out. It folds down as there. And then if you have it in the protector case, you still will be able to dock it. And then you got various different keyboards you can use as well. And here's the Yoga. Some lucky winner today. So again, all of our ThinkPads pass 8 out of 9 mil specs. Do we know the configuration of what they're gonna, do we know? I think it's an i5. I think it's an i5. Okay, okay. It's gonna be an i5, no. Yes, we do. Yes. And we're going to work on that. And these are kind of our dockings. This is the first time in 5 years that we have gone back to the design board. Everything's getting thinner and lighter, so we've taken that to our traditional docks, our Ultra docks, and our port replicators. So just touch on that. And then here are for the Ultrabooks. You've got the One-Link Basic dock, which I have one for you to take a look at. The One-Link Pro Dock is a little more robust in the docking. Both the One-Links will charge your system when it's hooked up like a traditional pop your laptop into the dock. And then you've got the USB 3.0 if you just need additional ports, will not charge. But they also are portable, so if you need that while on the road or on your vacation while you're sitting with your beach neck on the beach, working hard. Anyway, so here's just a lineup from our entire desktop portfolio. We've got traditional small form factors as well as mini towers, and we do have the tinies, which some of you guys have come by and see, and it is a full-blown desktop, so you can configure it i3, i5, i7, and up to a terabyte drive. So you can go from very robust, and as you can see across the board, to various different price points depending on the configuration. I do want to point out the M93 family has the vPro, the Intel vPro technology, which is the Wake on LAN. So if you've got a center console to push out software updates to a whole, to an office over the weekend, you're able to do that with the vPro technology. We have all-in-ones, again in the tiny. And here's our all-in-one kind of lineup as well. We've got the 23-inch, again, the M93Z has the vPro technology if you are interested in that in an all-in-one form factor. But your 19.5, 21.5 for your E-series, and then your 20-inch. So like our traditional desktops, the serviceability is very easy. Where our towers and small form factors kind of open like a car hood, you do not need tools to open up the all-in-one to service at the desk side. And then again, here's talking about the tiny. Right out of the box, you have 3 independent displays, and then if you want mosaic, you can do 4 monitors, and that's right out of the box. And then we have, for the 4th generation Intel, kind of a cool Lenovo exclusive because the competition is coming out with a tiny form factor in their desktop families. But if you have it mounted, as you can see, oh, I do have the pointer right there. As it is mounted with a VISA mount on the back of a monitor, you do not have to reach around to cut it on if you have it in a drawer, in a cabinet, or a closet. You hit on your USB keyboard, Control P, and it powers on, and you're up and running. So, the various accessories, but the new one that is going to be announced, well, next week, is our tiny in-one. Oh, these, I'm getting ahead of myself on the slides, but these are the many businesses that you can use tinies: hospitality, education, healthcare. All right, here we go. Here's the tiny one. See, I'm excited. It's really kind of cool. It is a 23-inch display where in 2 steps you open this up and put the tiny in there. So you have kind of a tiny in one. You do not, it's not a touch monitor, but it looks like an all-in-one, the tiny in one. And if you think about it, let's say you do have that in a bank or a hospitality or some kind of customer-facing experience, and that computer goes down, you have an all-in-one, you got to ship the whole all-in-one back. You're powerless. You don't have anything at the reception desk, as they say. You would take the tiny out, send it in, or have somebody work on it, but you could pop a tiny in there and still be up and running and welcoming guests. I don't know. And it's we did an event with a distributor, and the brand manager, we had Rusty Wallace, the NASCAR driver. He goes, "You want to see something fast? Let me show you how fast I can install this tiny into this monitor." Boom, under 5 seconds. Awesome. Okay. So little things. And this is the combat kit, which has all of these kind of products in there that we want you guys to come by and take a look at when you're out in the room, the vendor display room. Showroom. Thank you. Thank you. That's why I bring it. Because I need help. And then here's our P series of our workstations. You got, if you have a need for a desktop, high-end desktop, or something that needs to be powered on for 24 hours, look at the P300 workstation because it's designed for that kind of little more robust feature, but at a desktop price. Something to consider. But again, every need and every solution differs from business to business. And then you've got the P500, 700, and then with the dual processors with the 700 and 900. So with that, I am going to pass this off to Michael to talk about servers. And I'm not talking about the people who refill your water glass in your bread baskets. Talking Think Server and System X. You're good to go.
Okay, thank you. I will do this. Thank you, McLean. All right, everybody. I'm here to talk about ThinkServer and System X. Exciting topics. See, she took all the boring stuff, thank goodness, all that stupid ThinkPad stuff, and, well, not stupid, but you know, that boring stuff. Now we're going to talk about the exciting stuff. So everybody wake up, get ready, because this is the part you really want to pay attention to. Yeah! All right. Introducing the new X Factor, huh? It's not just a TV show. It is now a fully branded name of Lenovo. So watch out. We're going to get the chairs and everything. It's going to be cool. But no, what we wanted to do at Lenovo is we wanted to recognize there are two very strong brands. If you've been with Lenovo, you know about the ThinkServer. It has been our homegrown product. It is a strong, tried and true server. As a matter of fact, we are #1 in tower sales, thanks to that TS140 you guys are buying and using. That's made us #1 there. And we are #3 in North America in total server sales. Now that's pretty good. That's just Think alone. And now that we've added System X, we're now enhancing more products, more capability, and we're going to be able to go out there and show you what we can do. So as I mentioned, we have the TS140, the low end for you. This is where you can get your entry start, get started into servers, learn a little bit more about virtualization. Yes, the TS140 will support virtualization, provided you add in the right RAID card. You can't do onboard RAID with VMware, and you got to add in the network port, just so you know. Got to get that question a lot. And then moving on up the stack, you can see here we are. Here's System X right here, the 3100, 3300 tower. And then we move over to our main line. These are the Lenovo ThinkServer rack and towers, 1U, 2U. This is the bread and butter that we run on. And we go all the way up the stack to the IBM 3650, the 4-way that we now have. Yes, Lenovo now sells 4-socket servers. That's incredible, isn't it? And you can tie 2 of these puppies together to get 8 sockets. If you don't have enough sockets, we got sockets now. Not just 2 anymore. We can go to 8. Wait, but we don't stop there. We now have the Blade Center and Flex system. Now, I'm telling you, if you're talking about Convergence, do not go to Cisco. They know nothing about Convergence. They're a completely network company, have no business being in the converged business. This is who you want to talk to. These guys, this Flex system, I'm telling you, it has compute nodes, it has storage nodes, it has networking nodes. This sucker, and I saw one demonstrated, you can service this whole thing from the front and from the back, and you never have to take the shell down. So if you need to replace or add a compute node, you don't have to bother everything else that's going on there. If you want to change out your network and go from 1 gig to 10 gig to 40 gig, or stay tuned, 100 gig network, just pop them in and out of the back and you're up and running. You don't have to bother your compute node or storage node to do all that. This is a great, amazing box. In that tiny little box, you can converge up to 8 compute nodes. Now, that's pretty incredible, that in one tiny little box. And if that's not enough, if your compute needs, you say, Michael, I want more. I need more compute capability. Daggone it, I want to figure out a way to cram more sockets into the smallest place that I can. You want to talk to me about NetScale. I'm telling you, NetScale is the product for you if you're into socket and high computing. Because you not only get 2 sockets in a 1U, it's only half wide. Why? Why would you make it half wide? Because you can put 2 side by side in 1U space. Effectively getting 4 sockets in 1U, and you can stack up to 6 of those puppies right there in that one box. And then you can stack those boxes. Incredible! You say, incredible. Yes, there is no end to the number of sockets you can get out of NetScale. And by the way, it is a fully functioning server. That 1/2U is a complete compute node, 2 sockets. Forgot the number of DIMMs you can add to it, but a full complement, 24 DIMMs, has a hard drive in the back and a PCI bus in the front. I mean, what more do you want out of a server? It's just incredible. You can do 40 gig card out of the back if you need to, 10 gig. You can do fiber channel. We're ready to go. We can go anywhere, do anything. We are the hardware company you want to talk to. So forget Cisco. You don't need them. You need to talk to us about either Flex System or NetScale if you real high need compute needs or you want to talk about Convergence. Now,
the TS140, what makes that a server and not a PC?
What makes it the fact that it has a T and an S in front of it?
What's the difference in your product?
So, So most of the time when you're talking about PC, you're talking about personal computers, and this is an Intel thing. They limit the process compute of the i7. The i7 can't compete with an E3. All right, and the TS140, you can put, I think we cleared the i3 to go into it and an E3 in it. So you can get a Xeon processor and a TS140. Okay? Any other questions? All right. Now, I want to focus a little bit. We just at the time we converged with System X, we also came up with our 5th gen servers, and I want to draw a little bit of attention to it because if you've known ThinkServer, you thought, yeah, it's kind of a Me Too thing and don't have quite all the options and capabilities that some of the other guys have, like Dell and HP. Well, we changed that whole look and structure on the 5th gen. I'm telling you, even the System X engineers came over and looked at 5th gen and went, wow, this is as good or better than the System X can offer. Because we are focusing on 3 things we think are important for your virtualization converged needs. And that is the any RAID, any bay, and any fabric. Now, any RAID, you say, come on. RAID, isn't that just for killing bugs? No, it is not. It is for actually protecting your data, your precious data, your storage data, and you want to have the ability to expand that as you grow your business. So we have given you the flexibility of starting off with a base card. It'll have about 1 gig of memory, and we call it DRAM. It doesn't have any battery backup, but if you want to risk your data and trust that the server is going to run forever, and there's never going to be a power outage, no downtime, and it's okay if you lose about 1 gig of your memory when that card goes down, that's fine. And you can do that. It's the cheapest option you have, and it fits very nicely in there. By the way, the RAID technology we now have fits right into the back plane, right behind the drives, so you don't use a PCI slot anymore to take up that RAID card. It gives you a little more flexibility. And then, if you say, but Michael, no wait, you know, data is important to me. My Facebook pictures have to be protected when they're out there on the internet. Give me a little more. I say, okay, we can upgrade that from a DRAM to a flash. Now we're talking, it's battery backed up. So if it goes down, you know that 1 gig of memory that was on that RAID card that didn't make it all the way to the drive, it's safe and secure until you get the power back. We're good to go. Not only that, not only that, but Lenovo was thinking, wait, we don't want to just throw in that cache vault. We're going to give you the ability to do what we call Cachecade, which says, if you want to optimize any SSDs on the hard drive, on your server, and use them to speed up your slow 3.5 inch, will allow you to do that. And we're also going to throw in free at no extra charge the ability to do what we call FastPath, which says if you want to run all SSDs and you don't want to even think about talking to a spindle, we'll run at SSD speed. And we're throwing those options in just for upgrading that from the DRAM to the flash. And we not only go with 1 gig flash, but you can go up to 4 gig of flash on that card. Talk about flexibility. You pick and choose what you want in RAID. And we didn't stop there. When we get to any bay, what we're talking about there is you can see some examples here. Look at this. This is 2.5 inch drives in the same bay as you got 3.5 inch drives. Come on, guys. I mean, really. You're having your whole storage unit and your capability for fast data in one 2U server. I mean, that's just, I've lost my mic. Can you hear me okay? Okay. Not only that, but the engineers at Lenovo said, wait, we don't want to stop there. We want to make this bay very flexible. We're not only going to give you the ability to run SATA if you want in here, and you can do that in 2.5 inch. You can run SAS here if you like SAS, and I know a lot of you out there still like SAS. But we're adding PCIe. Now, I don't know if you know about PCIe, but this is taking your storage directly. Do you know the closest bus to the processor is the PCI bus? Does everybody know that? It is, if you can't be DRAM, the next bus you want to be on to talk to that processor is PCIe. Well, we now have hard drives that are sitting on that bus. You don't have to go through the I/O, Intel's chipset, and go out and talk to the SATA converter and the RAID controller. No, you can access the PCIe. They come with onboard RAID and have onboard protection. And there's your hard drive. Fastest memory you can get outside of being DRAM right there in the system memory. And that's the flexibility we're providing you in our 5th gen. See what I mean? It's a step up to the right. This is incredible technology we're giving you at affordable prices. The last thing I want to talk about is any fabric. Now this I'm really proud of. We have options on the 2U and 4U, and this is only in the rack. The towers are so big you don't really need the space. But to save you space, we've come up with any fabric, and what we have done is partner with some of our internet guys, and like Intel and Emulex. And we have, this one is showing you actually a 4-port. Now we can do 4-port in 10 gig. So that's really a 40 gig card that spars out in 10 gig slots there to give you that capability. We also have the capability in 2-port, and you can do 10 or 1 gig or fiber channel in 8 and 16 bit data. And you're only taking up what we're calling these any-fabric ports, which you'll have up the capability. Some systems come with 1. Most of our, especially if you're looking at 650, come with 2 slots. Hang with me, don't fall asleep yet. We're getting there. And the ability is, this doesn't use up your PCIe slots. Huh? Come on, guys. All that legacy, now you can have your 40 gig card here with its 10 4-ports, and then you can say, hey, but Mike, I want to add in my legacy laser printer controller card that runs on PCIe. Here you go, guys. You got that slot. Fill it up, whatever you want to do with it. I want to run my legacy modem that connects to AOL. We got a PCI slot there for you. Just find the PCI card that does it, and we'll have a slot waiting for you, because these AnyFabrics free up those slots for you. Yes?
So your AnyFabric and your AnyRAID, they're proprietary cards, correct?
Yeah, they only fit in a Think server, if that's what you're getting at.
I can't buy one of these cards from CDW that are not Lenovo specific like it was.
Let's put it this way: if you like the old, if you want to keep your old doctor, no, if you like, if you like the PCIe card you're using from LSI or from Intel or Emulex that you can get on a Think server today, that card's still available to you. You'll just be eating up your PCI slot.
How long do
You want to get it from VIcom. I'm just saying.
for your warranties, how long can you get a warranty on your servers for? Are you limited to 5 years, or can you go beyond 5 years?
Wow, I love you. I really do. You and I should talk. Yeah, 5 years is still the standard warranty, but we will work with you on what you need.
We have a process in place if you wanted to do more than 5
Yeah.
years.
The reason I'm asking is, at some point, they're a proprietary card. You no longer support this type of technology, then the server may still be fine working, but not to throw it out because I can't get replacement cards for it.
That's a good point, but this card is no different technology than the Emulex card for the PCIe. It's just the form factor that's changed.
We have a couple of cards.
Oh, yeah.
Number. So, no, we can take that offline, but we've got places, people are still getting stuff for some T43s.
Yeah.
2006.
Well, I understand previously with HPs and with certain proprietary parts, where you need something quick, it was hard getting our hands on it. It was proprietary.
Yeah.
Like an old surgery. So proprietary is kind of,
Yeah, no, understood.
Understood, yeah, and it's a good thing to consider, and that's why we don't restrict you to it. You can still use the PCI slot and go with the networking cards you've come to love and know, if you so choose. Any other questions?
I get an extra ticket for that, right?
All right, we cannot have an exciting talk about servers without at least touching on storage. And let me tell you, Lenovo did not stop that deal with System X at just the servers. We took over a lot of the storage products. Not only do you know about our SA120, everybody here should know about our lovely SA120, this sweet box that has 12 3.5-inch drives in the front plus 4 SSDs in the back. Incredible. You connect up an external SAS card and you're ready to go. And you know about our Lenovo EMC line, the old iOmega, and our PX and IX NAS products. By the way, if you are in any kind of business, you want to stay with our PX line, and I'd really love it if you kept just buying PX12s, but we do have PX4, PX6, and those refer to the number of drives it holds. But then with System X came along the ability to sell Storewise V3700 SAN. Now Lenovo has SAN. Are you amazed yet, people? Lenovo is here and serious about the server. We are not a PC company. We are a technology company, and we're here to show you that we're ready to play ball. And we are going to do more and more and more. We're just getting started here, and we already have a SAN. This is incredible. And we can talk about the features and functions of that. I have some information I can share with you on it, but I don't want to put you to sleep. But the thing I want to get to is now. Everybody who's been asking me, we got tape. We got tape. You can archive now on a Lenovo Think server or System X, right? These products are available on both. And you can back up on tape. This is incredible. You should be really thrilled with this. All you people who love tape, and I understand it's needed for archive. That's important to have. But
What's the media that allows it to be a short area network?
what is the media? Well, it has 12 3.5-inch bays. It has the capability of connecting up to gigabit, 10 gigabit fiber channel, or even SAS capability, so it can handle that too. And you can connect up to 9 of these I was learning about in training. 9! You can only do 8 SASs single port, right? SA120, sorry. Now, are there any other questions, either server or storage related? Okay, because I'm going to talk a little bit to you about services, and you're going to have to keep me correct on the client stuff.
Okay.
But as a server guy, that's right.
One Lenovo, like I think server and system X, one Lenovo, one team.
Factor X, right here, right before your eyes. Factor X. Where's our chairs? Okay, one thing I want to talk to you about, we do have these basic services, warranty upgrades and extensions, etching, no Apple. Do not put an Apple sign on a Lenovo laptop.
But James Everett has, and we're going to get him after we're done with that presentation.
If you want to etch a pear on the back, I'm fine with that. A banana, sure, but an apple. All right, and accidental damage protection, if you're going to have a ThinkPad and you have a teenager in your house, trust me, you want that. You do not want to see them with a ThinkPad and no protection. But the one I want to talk about, this is the heart and soul to me. Where is that pointer? Oh, there it is. Nope. Go back, go back. Back. There. This. If you are out there and you're even thinking about buying a server, and I'm talking beyond a TS140 because, let's face it, some of those are so cheap you could probably pull one out and put a new one in and say, hey, it's okay. But technical priority support, let me tell you, my role is I'm inside support. I support Ms. Bradshaw here. She does a lovely job out in the field. Every time she gets a question like, hey, I was trying to bring up my Linux OS and the server crashed. Could you tell me who I could talk to? She says, hey, call my buddy Mike. I do not know. I would love to know if Lenovo gave me the lab and the servers and all the OSs to go and play with. Trust me, I would be in there like a heartbeat playing with all that stuff, figuring that out. And I'd be give me the calls. But they don't let me do that. They want me to help configure and make sure new products are working, make sure that all the DASs and NASs, that I understand the speeds and feeds. We got System X, got to understand that, Netflix, what's going on there, and high compute technology and what's happening. So I don't have the time to dig into every nook and cranny, and I'm actually supposed to be helping Ms. Bradshaw make her quota and helping you guys find those new places to use new technology and keep that going, so I don't have time to be tech support. But Lenovo went, hey, you know, Mike's really burdened down. We can't let him be burdened down with this. We got to find a place for this. Now, I know everybody's going to say, well, 1-800-IBM support. Sounds like I'm talking to somebody who only knows about clients. Yes, you're right. Let's admit that up front. When you call 1-800-IBM serve, sorry, I said support, but it's serve, they're client people. They're going to take you through the client script till they finally figure out, oh, this is a server. Then they're going to send you over to these guys. Now, these guys are the guys you want to talk to. If you have a tech guy in your house that's working on a server problem, you want them talking to these guys if you think it might be hardware related, because these guys are trained to deal with server issues. They're the little secret that is going on there, and we're trying to provide you a special access to them. So if you call the 1-800-IBM serve, you will get these guys, but you got to go through the client queue for them to figure out, oh, it's a server issue. Then you go over and sit in the server queue till they get through with all their priority customers first. So what we're offering you is a way to cut ahead of the line. I know everybody in here likes to be ahead of the line. So here's your chance. With priority support, you get ahead of the line. You don't just get some guy who understands servers. You get a guy who's going to help you when you say, my OS isn't installing properly. I'm having trouble finding these drivers. I'm having trouble with my RAID array. I just replaced the hard drive and it's not working right. These are the guys you want to talk to. They know what they're doing. Yeah.
Will they have an accent like yours?
Yeah. I mean, yes, they will. But I'm typical weekend. No, they may, but they're physically in Atlanta. How about that?
Atlanta accent's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is my accent too hard? I can.
No, yours would be fine. I was just wondering whether it was going to be at least at the style like this.
I don't know what their accent is like. I know they're smart. Yeah.
They're very smart, but also you have the Think Plus priority for across all of our portfolio offerings. So everything from laptop, desktops, workstation, and it basically is kind of like it says. It is a fast track to an advanced level 2 technician. So
Yeah.
you're not going to have somebody ask you to cut an arm.
Yeah.
So, but they do. And it is 1-800-IBM-SERVE. It's a physical call center in Atlanta, Georgia. You may have someone with an accent, but he is physically, his butt is in the city in Atlanta. So, I
City
always like
in
to point
Atlanta.
that out. He may say his name is Steve, but you know it's got a lot of consonants in it.
Okay. So that's all I have to say about services. Anybody have any questions, comments on services? Yes, sir.
What's your average wait time before someone answers on your high priority call or help number?
I know it's shorter than the other number. Do you know a queue time?
I want to say I want to say it's less. They just did that stat last week. I'll get back to you on that.
I do want to say when you do sign up with priority support, the one added feature you get is web capability of tracking your case. So you have the ability to go back and see the status of it and where it is, and you can edit the case. So a lot of you guys are out there on servers, you'll learn stuff because you're not stopping as soon as you call tech support, right? You keep investigating, trying to figure out what it is, trying different things, Googling things and saying, hey, I found this, could this be it? You can add that to your case, and the case guy who's working it will look at that stuff and review it, and he might tell you, nah, don't listen to those guys, I don't know. Or he might say, hey, that's pretty good, let me go test that out and see if that works. So that's a nice little feature that it has, but the wait times I'm just not sure.
Yeah, I'll do back to you. They did just put that in a presentation on their stat about the wait time, and then the percentage of, live call answer to. I have those. I'll just have to get them for you. So, and I do want to point out that the accidental damage protection for your laptops is a depot service. You may have on-site warranty for the box, close to the box, but accidental damage is a depot where you will send it in. The reason being is if it drops or you spill something on it, we want to run additional diagnostic tests on that particular system to make sure nothing else was damaged in the fall with the spill, what have you. So that's just little, and I learned that the hard way when I was customer facing. So I like to point that out up front.
Very good, very good.
So, and then the etching, we can do your logo. We do this at our manufacturing facility in Whitsett, North Carolina. So Lenovo has brought manufacturing back to the United States. More importantly, North Carolina, my home state, but still back to the United States, where we do a lot of our etching, and we build everything from tablet to servers there. So you will get a system that will say, made in the USA or assembled in the USA, because again, all the parts are built somewhere else. But it's a really pretty cool story. In fact, ABC Nightly News did a Made in America kind of story for Lenovo, bringing that back to the United States. So cool little one Lenovo.
Yes.
Any other questions?
The existing IBM support agreements, because you guys took over that side of the business, is it the same support? Is the IBM support moved over? Is that something you
I asked that same question, thank you. Actually, support stays with IBM. We didn't come across in the acquisition, because I definitely wanted to talk to them. But it's still IBM support, so they're still the worldwide, and they do manage that really well. I know some people have told me horror stories, but I think of all the support places you call, you're going to run into people who have a horror story from calling them, right? But IBM manages that really well. They get parts and services out across this, not only North America, but they help us worldwide. And it is a great system to take advantage of.
In my opinion, they're the best I've dealt with. That's actually what I was concerned about. I was actually thinking it was going to be support. I was thinking it's brand new. That's a shame.
No. It's still.
I've been with Lenovo since 2006, and it's always been 1-800-IBM-SERVE.
Yeah.
So, and you press 1 for Lenovo or 2 for whatever when you would call in. But now it'll be for System X and Next Gen and Flex will all be under the Lenovo. It's just one Lenovo, one. There's some things about Partner World and things like that will kind of merge, and all those kind of, basically it was a turnkey acquisition where we bought the System X group, employees and whatever, moved them over to Lenovo. So, and then we now refer to them as kind of the enterprise services.